Hartford. To reach out that would love to have Menas. That's why we're number one.
Greetings, Gunslinger Posse, and welcome to Branded for March 19th, 2025. He's Tom Menas, the head coach and general manager of the San Antonio Gunslingers. I'm Ralph Judkins, your host for a show all about the Indoor Football League and the San Antonio Gunslingers of the Indoor Football League. Ready to get started, Coach?
Oh, yeah. Glad to be here. It's fan appreciation, meet the team night. So we got a lot of people here, and it's a fun crowd. I'm looking at, I got the 6 shooters here, all the players, owners are all here. It's going to be a great show.
It certainly is. We get a quick view of the crowd. Well, camp is about to wrap up. I learned something new about camp here, that camp really doesn't end when most people think camps end. Most people think it ends the Sunday after the Sunday they get here.
Well, you know, typically we have until 48 hours before kickoff to finalize our roster. In our particular case, we've usually solidified our roster by the previous Sunday. This year's been a little different because of the amount of talent and competition that came into camp. So
a wealth of riches, you said it before.
Yeah, it's an abundance of riches, right? So there's been a couple guys that have been competing all the way up until today. I'll be real honest with you. I feel pretty confident that by 5 o'clock tomorrow, when is our required time, we'll have our 25-man roster. And Saturday by 4 o'clock, we'll have our 21-man roster for the game. So, yeah, we're excited to seeing what we put together.
Well, what else can you tell us about this year's camp?
It's been a great camp. First of all, the weather's been absolutely fantastic. Last year, it rained, I think, 4 out of the 5 first days that we were here, and it made it really tough. But this year, we've had fantastic weather, cool enough in the mornings. By the time we get off the field, we really haven't felt the heat at any extent at this point, and really enjoyed it. We're doing things a little different this year. We're filming with the drones instead of handhelds, and we really like the looks we're getting and able to study film. Snipback's been a huge addition to camp in the way we study. And, you know, the use of the weight room facilities here on site, the treatment we have on site, the chiropractors, the doctors, the trainers, everything that Megan's put together has been fantastic. So, yeah, it's been a great camp.
Well, I got to say, the weight room isn't far away. You can see it, folks, on the left-hand side of the screen.
The guys are playing, what is that game called? Cornhole. Yeah, they're playing cornhole right now.
Cornhole.
Yeah, there you go. So
you mentioned snipback. Tell us how that is affecting. You said it made it easier to do coaching and see things. How can you describe that?
Well,
we've
only really scratched the surface with it so far. Pretty much the way we can get the film off the drone into the system and have it downloaded literally takes minutes. So we can go from a typical day as we'll get off the practice field. They have about 45 minutes to, I'd say an hour to lift, get a shower in, or get treatment in if they're not lifting that day. And then they come back and we go right to meetings after lunch. So lunch gets catered in, then we go right to meetings. And it just makes it so efficient because I can watch the practice twice by the time these guys are done with lunch. And then when we get in the meeting room, we can get right on the board in addition to watching practice. So it's been a huge help. It's been a huge help.
And that's just something new that we've got this year, and it's just keeping up with the technology that's changed in coaches. That's actually a question I'd like to ask. You've been coaching 30 years?
Over that.
Over that.
In pros.
and the change in technology every year, something new.
My first year in coaching was with 8mm film, and I used to have to drive from Detroit to this place. Well, we were in the outskirts of Detroit, and I used to have to take the film to a processing center to get developed and wait for it. So I would drive like an hour and a half, 2 hours to this place after a game, and then I would wait for it, which took about another 2-3 hours. And then I'd drive back, and then I'd have to do the cut-ups. So, you know, that's how you learn football, though. That's how you learn cover two. That's how you learn, you know, formation. That's how you learn defensive fronts. And so we'd cut them up, and we used garbage cans and a clothesline. So, you know, all the cover twos we'd hang here, you know, all the nickel here, cover three here, you know, zero coverage over here. And you'd have everything broken out into these strips. And then when you got them done, you sit there and you put them all back together with Scotch tape.
Yeah.
While you create reels. So coaches would come in the morning, the seasoned coaches, not the young coaches that are doing all this stuff. And then we would turn around and take it and give it to the coaches. They'd come in, get their reels, and then we'd go to meetings. And, you know, at that point you'd been up for about 2 days, but you learn to do it. And I think that's what helps me now. I mean, I'm going to be 65 this April, and you know, my alarm goes off at 3:50 every morning, and I'm here by 4:30, 4:45 at the latest, and I do that 7 days a week because I've just gotten used to it over the years.
That's interesting that you talked about that mechanical physical. Now, all you have to do is take the file, drag it to the folder on a screen, and that's it.
But I think
we've lost something.
Yeah, I think that's hurt coaching, because nowadays you can just be a good coach on a computer, but you could be terrible on the field. You know, just because you know how to move a button or move a mouse on a computer, and then you don't get the opportunity to really learn football. And that's why a lot of guys can only coach their positions that they played from the experience that they had. Whereas the more seasoned coaches, like a Coach Fuller, myself, Coach Johnson, and even to a certain extent, Coach Bain, we have the ability, you know, if Coach Bain didn't come in for whatever reason, you got 3 coaches that have coached quarterbacks before. You got coaches that coach DBs, coaches that coach offensive line, coaches that coach linebackers. And I think that's a big part of it. And the more you can do as a young coach and learn makes you more valuable to a staff. And, you know, there's some places that have these huge staffs, and I just never got that, because you get into a meeting room. We have a coaches meeting every morning, and you get in the meeting room and you got 20 different opinions and 20 different this and 20 different that. And then you got 20 different body languages and eye rolls and this and that and all that other stuff. And Coach Fuller and I, we talked about it. We said, hell, we used to do it where it would just be like me and him coaching a whole team. So having Lee, who's a fantastic coach and coaching our offensive and defensive lines, and helps out on DBs and helps out on kicking game and everything. And Jonathan, who not only is a quarterback coach, but he's invaluable with coming in. I put him on the board for the DBs every day. And I say, tell us what you don't like to go against. And tell us what you see them doing and what the reason they're doing it as a quarterback.
So he's like Red Force on this, that he's playing the bad guy and what the bad guy is going to see and think about this.
Well, I guess, you know, every coach, every ex-player coach, you ask them a question, you say, well, you know, what's the hardest thing to go against when you were a player at your position? And they'll tell you. And more often than not, you know, football is a copycat game. You know, all the good stuff gets stolen and changed, and you call it a different name and claim it as your own. And I don't think there's been an original damn football idea in 100 years. But I will tell you something. I'll give out a little secret. We've got some things that have never been done in indoor football before.
Right, because this year
we're going to do it. So we may change the game a little bit, but and we may not. I mean, if the base works, don't get cute, right? There's an old saying, on defense, if playing it straight up front, gap front, and playing man in the back is killing them, why in the world would you ever run zone? And then, don't overthink it.
Read
and
50.
then,
Read
and then,
50.
Yeah, and then in the other way, if you're playing zone and you're getting killed or you're doing great, stay in zone. So, it's just, you see the similarities around the league. First play, hitch on the wall, dig, something in the middle to see what the zone will do, and it's every game. And you can say, oh, we don't do that. And yeah, you do. You're lying because you do it. Everybody does it because you want your we do it. You want to make your quarterback get comfortable, want to make things happen. There's tendencies by all teams. And that's okay because that's only one play or two plays or half a dozen plays out of 50. So, yeah, I think it's fine. And it's just exciting that we get the opportunity to fight and to do our things once a week and get to show all the hard work we put in, the other 6 days a week. Saturday's fun day. If you don't have fun on Saturday, you shouldn't be playing this game. That goes for coaches and players.
Well, in addition to the new defense, something else that's new this year is the Indoor Football League Network. Joseph Rodriguez chiming in saying, hello, everyone, excited for the new season opener. He got his subscription membership, and he says it looks great.
Oh, it's
Coach,
fantastic.
You want to tell us, you've had a bit of time to play with it. You've been using it.
No, I really haven't used it a lot yet. I've been a little busy, Ralph.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to this weekend, being able to, after the game, being able to watch it again on there and being able to watch the other game that's being played. There's only 2 games this week, folks, and no one cares about that other game. Nobody. So we know the eyes of the country are going to be on us. Tulsa's a really good football team. We think we're a really good football team. Should be a good fight. And it's the first one. No one's going to live or die on the first one. You win the first one, no one's giving you a trophy. You lose the first one, no one's counting you out on the first one. So, well,
even the odd makers are undecided. They've got Tulsa as a 1.5 point favorite.
Good. I wish they'd give them like 10 points.
And the over-under, I thought, was 99.5.
Ain't going to be that high.
Okay, you heard it here first, folks. And we'll be back.
Unless we scored 98.
And we'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. You are watching Branded, brought to you by South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital, and a tradition of excellence and a legacy of caring. Angie Kaufman's around here. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get her on the air.
No, not today. I already asked her.
And we'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment.
All right, team, huddle up. Just like in surgery, we need precision and teamwork. Trust me, just like on the field, if we stick to the playbook, we'll achieve excellence.
Coach, are you sure about this?
We've trained for this. We're experts. The San Antonio Gunslingers and South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital and Outpatient Center, where precision meets performance.
Dependability. It's expected by our customers, and it's demanded by me. I personally guarantee the certified techs we send to your home and the equipment we install are dependable. John Wayne's American Pride comfort systems are designed specifically for San Antonio's extreme heat and humidity and come with a lifetime warranty. For comfort you can depend on, call John Wayne today.
John Wayne Service Company is a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Gunslingers.
Well, how about now? Welcome back to Branded, as we have, it's been 2 weeks, Coach.
Yeah,
it's been 2 weeks, but there it is. Welcome back, and on it we have the top end ranch boss, the owner, the big man himself.
That's it.
Don Rackler joins us. Good evening, sir, and how you liking your Meet the Team night?
Well, first of all, I also sweep floors here too, so I do it all. But Meet the Team night has been fantastic. A lot of fans out tonight, so we're very happy to see so many come out to see our fans.
Yeah, it's a great event for sure. Don, one of the biggest things that people have asked me over the last 2 weeks since the video hit, talking about our culture, everything that we stand for. They asked me, is that real? And I said, yeah, that's real. That's as real as it gets. And I wanted John here tonight so you could tell people exactly why that was so important for you to make that video.
Well, I wanted first and foremost, I wanted the people to understand what we're all about and why we're here and why we do the things we do and why do I require certain things to happen, because we live in the greatest country in the history of the world, and I'm so proud to be an American, and I know most people are, and I want people to know that when my players come on the field, we're going to show respect. We're going to show respect to those people that had the courage to put on that uniform and fight for our country, because without those folks, there is no freedom. There's no Gunslinger games. We would not have any of this had it not been for people who are brave enough to put on that uniform, fight for our country. And as a little boy, my dad, 24 years in the Army, he taught me love of country, and he taught me respect, and he told me and taught me to respect those people that have the courage to put on that uniform and fight for our country. You give them the utmost respect.
Absolutely. If you can expand on, I can say this from a head coaching standpoint, we aligned perfectly on a lot of the same cultural issues, on a lot of the same philosophies, but, to carry it over to a sports team in 2025, in 2023 and 2024, it'd be like trying to sell, ice to Eskimos. But now people are gravitating towards it because they understand, hey, there's more of us like that. And guess what? There's a pro sports team just like we are. So we talk about being America's team. Talk a little bit about that and what that means to you.
Yep. Well, of course, I'm pro-America. I'm very patriotic. And me and James were talking even last year, like, look, I want this year, I want to come out guns a-blazing. And I want people to know that I want everyone to know that the San Antonio Gunslingers is America's team. And we're in America's league. And I said, how are we going to do that? And I said, well, we're going to show everyone how patriotic we are, that we're respectful, that we want everybody to come to our game and have a good time and be, just enjoy themselves to the max, and understand that, hey, when we come on the field, our players show respect. Our players put that helmet on their left side. They put their hand over their heart. And this year, for the first time, we're going to recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I love that.
And then we're going to sing the national anthem, and then we have the prayer, and maybe in that wrong reverse there, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to show respect, and we're going to show respect to our fans that, hey, we're honorable people here, and we're going to put on a great game for you.
Well, it's not a coincidence we're in red, white, and blue.
Not a coincidence.
Not a coincidence. Well, so I know Miss Pam's home today, but hi, Miss Pam, we miss you. But I know that Miss Pam is a cornerstone of this football team, and probably the most passionate fan that we have. And you talked about it on a couple occasions that she's a sore loser, but she's getting better. But I love that about her because she's a competitor. Tell us how football's affected your family.
Well, for first and foremost, we never even dreamed of owning a football team. This really all started with my son Brandon when we first started advertising with the team. He wanted to get associated with the Gunslingers, and I said, okay, that's fine, let's do it. And then, long story short, we ended up owning the team.
Right.
And then we had to figure out, how do you run a football team and how do you put on a football game? We've never done any of that. And so, the first year or so, we struggled, but we learned quick. James and Steph and Jordan and Morgan and April, they all learned their parts very quick, and they're all passionate about this team and this organization. Going back to Pamela, of course, we've been married 48 years, and she's the love of my life. And I'm sorry she's not here tonight. Poor baby, your back was bothering you. So love you, baby.
We're all praying for you.
But Pamela's never a big sports fan. We would go see our grandkids play basketball or play football or whatever that, and it was exciting for us. But if you said she was a sports fan, she was probably never was. But now that we have this team, Pamela loves the Gunslingers. She's Gunslingers up and down, through and through. She loves this game, and she loves our organization. She loves these players. She just absolutely loves everything about it. And I find that to be the case in a lot of women who may not be big sports fans. You come to the San Antonio Gunslingers, you're going to be a fan because it's not boring. This is high scoring, action packed. You will have a great time.
Yeah, 100%. It's funny. We get the fan night here, and I wish everyone could see it in person. The little kids running around. We got babies crawling on the field. It's God family football here, right? And we made the addition this year to our slogan of God family football to include country also. And we feel it's that important. So one of the things that I guess came up today, there was an article that came out that a team that played already this year in another league didn't make their payroll again. And the one thing that I think draws people here is everything you said you were going to do, you've done. And from a coach's standpoint, from a player's standpoint, you don't know how much we appreciate you and how much we appreciate you've done. And you've always been a man of your word. And people, the reason I bring that up is you get that same guarantee as a ticket holder.
Absolutely.
Yep. Right?
Yep.
And Don will tell you that if you don't have a good time and we can't let you have a good time, or we didn't provide you a good time, we'll give you a refund.
100%.
So again, Don, anything you want to close this out with and share with the fans maybe about this Saturday?
Well, we're stoked. We can't wait for Saturday. We're super excited about Saturday. It's going to be a great home game, great opener for us. I already feel it's going to be a big win for the Slingers, and we're just going to put on a great show. To everyone listening out there, if you're in San Antonio, South Texas, if you've never been to a Gunslinger game, please come. I promise you, the only thing I will tell you, if you come one time, you're going to be a fan.
Absolutely.
Because it's that exciting, and we put on a great show. And here's the one great thing about our team and our organization. After the game, you get to come on the field, meet my players, meet our beautiful cheerleaders.
Yep.
They're the best cheerleaders in the world, probably, and they're way better than the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I'll tell you that, and better looking, and they're all professional gals. They're teachers, accountants, nurses, and they're all sweet girls, and they put on a great show. And so, if you've never seen anything like that, also a lot of people, a lot of times the ball comes over the wall. We'll lose 15, 20 balls a game. You're lucky enough to get a ball, come down on the field. Players will sign it for you, take pictures with you. All these guys are honorable guys, and they will be there as long as you want to be there to take pictures and sign autographs. Same with the cheerleaders.
Absolutely. Well, I know I'll see you Saturday, boss. Thank you for coming on. Always a pleasure hearing it from the big man himself. And guns up.
Guns up, baby.
And we'll be back with the second half in just a moment. You're watching Branded, brought to you by South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital.
We all need hot water. Some of us need more than others. So it's a good thing that State has a wide range of tough commercial-grade water heaters for your home. From standard models to high-efficiency and tankless models, we've got you covered, no matter where you live, what you do, or who started it. to install a state water heater in your home.
Call John Wayne today or visit us at johnwayne.com.
Welcome to Vegas!
Must be that time of the year again where we work hard and we play hard and eat good pizza.
Hey Gunslingers, come try Matanga's, voted best pizza in San Antonio. We are family and deeply invested in our community. After this game, come find a Matanga's near you. Guns up, slices up.
Welcome to South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital and Outpatient Center. Step into our operating rooms, where highly skilled surgeons work hand in hand with specialized technicians. Our dedicated team has extensive experience and expertise in spine and surgical procedures. Our commitment to patient safety is unwavering. We understand that your well-being is at the heart of everything we do. South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital and Outpatient Center, where expertise, longevity, and state-of-the-art technology come together for your health.
And welcome back to Meet the Team Night, and we meet our second owner of the night, Randy Carroll, longtime radio personality here in San Antonio. How you liking this event? This is your first one.
I'm loving this event because I haven't had a chance to sit down and meet every single player and visit with them, and I still haven't gotten them all in.
Right.
But I've had a chance to do that, and I love the fact that, you know, Coach, you talk about hiring men of character first and skill second. Well, these guys are skillful, but they really are delightful gentlemen.
Nobody believes it until they meet him. And then they go, he really does do that.
It's absolutely true. I have not sat down with anyone that I've visited with and I walked away and had a cruddy feeling about it. Nothing at all.
No, that's the cool thing about it is that every guy is as advertised. There's no surprises in the mix. And I just love the fact, Randy, that, you know, now that you're a part of this and what you bring to the table, your persona and your big personality, and so are they. And so they can relate to that. They ask me all the time, was Randy here? When did Randy come? Is Randy coming? You know, and they see the cowboy hat and they know you're here, or they see the new truck. Oh, let's talk about the new truck. That was kind of a surprise, huh?
Yeah, I was surprised by that. This is a truck that this show is called Branded.
Right.
This truck is branded.
You've been branded.
I have been branded.
But there's a hidden advantage you might not have known. When you if you ever get pulled over by DPS, you have identification on the side of the vehicle. And if the vehicle is ever out of your possession for any reason, and they don't see your face in the truck.
Randy, I'm curious because I drive around the Hummer, the team Hummer, and you got your own pickup that's all tagged up with your face on it,
face
the
is
team
literally on
and
the
everything.
side.
I get kids all the time at stoplights or when we're stopping traffic and they roll their windows, guns up, coach, you know, and they're always giving me, have you gotten that yet?
Yeah, I've gotten some of that. Yesterday I was at a restaurant and I just climbed back in the truck and this guy started tapping on the window. Hey, I've always wanted to meet you. And I said, here, I got some free tickets for you.
See, there you go.
Oh, wow. Oh, you don't want to say that.
No, that's awesome.
You
No,
may have
that's
people
awesome.
following you around.
Yeah, I may be in trouble now.
Yeah. Well, that's what on the back of mine, it has branded our show and it's got my name on it. And my son calls me, he goes, you really want your name on the back of your truck? I said, it hasn't hurt me yet, so I'm okay. But no, I'll tell you, it's that kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say generosity because generosity assumes that you're giving something for not doing anything. It's what you've given us, and it's a way of gratitude and saying thank you for putting your celebrity into this because I'm sure you've been approached by a lot of different things as a celebrity, and you got to be careful, who you tie yourself with. And the fact that you're here, if we were recruiting you, we hired a character guy, so.
One of the things I've always tried to do in my radio career is not tie myself to anyone that's going to disappoint my fans, my listeners, whether it's a business that I recommend to them. That's the first thing. If I sit down with the company to talk to them about advertising, it's like, hey, if any of my fans or listeners have an issue or a problem, I want to know, I want a number of not just the manager, I want a number of the owner, to make sure they're cared for and they're taken care of. And if they can't do that, then we can't.
But see, that's because you're a high character guy. And I can relate to that because I've left teams because the character wasn't as advertised. And so, you get into those scenarios and you're not only protecting your personal brand, but really what it stands for is, excellence and why tarnish it? And you couldn't be involved with a better group of people than Don Rackler and the Steubings and, Pam and Miss Stephanie and the whole family. And of course you and your lovely wife. Hey, I got a question. Is your son still playing ball?
Yes, he's a defensive end at New Braunfels High School.
Oh, awesome.
In fact, he's going to be a senior next year. And this year, they went to round 3.
Yeah,
wow.
Unicorns are resurgent up in the hill country.
And this was a brand new coaching staff.
Good for
this
them.
Past year.
That's
so
hard
they
to
came
do.
in. Yeah, and then,
trust me.
in the first season with this new staff went to round 3, so it's impressive.
That's really good. Is he a Gunslingers fan also?
Oh yeah, he's a Gunslingers fan.
He knows better.
He will be here.
Where does he want to go to college? Does he want to play college ball?
I don't know that he doesn't want to play college ball.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he does anyway.
Is he a singer? Is he a radio guy? What's he into?
Well, he's one of those guys that he's multi-talented, and every girl in the Tri-County area is after him.
Yeah, I got 4 of those at home.
Inherited good looks, huh?
Yes, he does. He got his looks from his mama. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up later, but I didn't want to do it on the air. No, that's awesome. Well, no, that's good. And Randy, thanks. You got anything you want to tell everybody about Saturday or about this season that you want to share with anybody? And then we'll let you get out of here.
Well, this is what I want to share. If you feel like that I've been trustworthy with you and in the last 41 years here in San Antonio, trust me when I say you're going to be entertained and you're going to enjoy what happens at these games. It is fantastic. It's a great time. It is high quality entertainment. Gentlemen and women of character with these 6-shooter cheerleaders and these ball players. You can come and enjoy the game. You can come on the field after the game, meet them, and there's some first-class ball players here.
Yeah, there are.
I would just say some of these guys.
We're going to have one on right after you, as a matter of fact.
Okay. I mean, you go get a picture with these guys because you might turn around in 2 years and go,
I knew him when.
I knew him. They're playing for the Cowboys or whoever it is.
Right. I agree. Well, again, Randy, thank you for everything you brought to this team this year. I know you've been a very, very welcome addition, and we love you to death. And are you going to sing the national anthem Saturday?
Game one, Saturday night, going to sing the national anthem.
That, you get a free concert and didn't even know. All right. Thanks, Randy. Appreciate you coming
guys.
on, buddy.
Appreciate y'all.
This has been Randy Carroll, one of our 3 owners here, and you are watching Branded. Stick around. Next up is Malik Henry. We'll be right back.
The IFL's championship game to date. A lot of upset wins. Two teams playing their best football.
Sticking to the game. Started out a rookie, now you staring at a baby. Never overlook me, underestimate my patience. I'm a dog, so we ain't satisfied with 2025, feel my heart become a best teams standing are here today. My game winning drive. When I score, I go for 2. I don't believe in overtime. Put your hands up in the sky like catch me in the trenches, I'm the best in my position. Boys get the pop and you gon' feel every collision. Vision, mission, execute with precision. When I let my game do the talking, they gon' listen. Fans scream my name cause I earned the recognition. Blood, sweat, and tears staring at the definition. I am feeling denim, baby, this is a new tradition with it.
Coming inside, wants to go right there. Through the lane, it's scored!
Bro, if I got it.
And welcome back to Branded as we bring to our stage Malik Henry.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
You might want to get a little closer,
Okay,
Malik.
here we go.
It's windy out here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so everybody, how'd you get them? Why did it happen? All this good stuff. And I'm going to let Malik tell the story. So, Malik, first of all, on behalf of Gunslinger Nation, we're glad to have you. We're all excited about watching you play ball. I've seen you play live. I've coached against you. It's going to be fun having you on the same side so you don't beat us up. But why don't you give us a little bit about you and then how you got here?
Yes, sir. No, again, thank you guys for having me on the show. Thanks for having me on the team. I was just with the Arizona Bandits. We folded, and I was looking for somewhere to play, another opportunity to just sling the ball around. And, I stumbled on you guys. I've played you guys a bunch of times.
Ruined our season in 23.
I'm sorry about that, man.
No,
Had to be
you do the
done. Had
job.
to be done, man. But yeah, so again, I played against you guys, and I know the culture that you guys are trying to build here. Coach Menas, Mr. Rackler, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. There was something I wanted to be a part of, so I reached out. And I wanted to come here and, display my talent, see what I can do.
It's funny because, when we saw that Arizona folded, we were all in the coach's office and we said, they had Malik Henry. We should call Malik Henry and we should this. And they said, oh, no, wait a minute. He called us too. So it was one of those great mutual things. And when I first got on the phone with Malik, one of the things I said to him was I said, when you get here, you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe the facilities. You're not going to believe what we built. And everyone kind of says, yeah, coach is just recruiting. But I think it's what I said.
It lives up to hype and all the. Yeah. It meets every expectation.
Yeah.
If you're playing the arena football game, indoor football, this is the place you want to be, no doubt.
Yeah.
This is better than anywhere I've ever been. No offense to any other teams that I've played with.
No,
but
of course
this is definitely the peak of indoor football. This is where you want to be.
Yeah,
sure.
And now you bring the peak of the talent to all the accoutrements. You're the cherry on top. So
I appreciate that.
And so we had you got here a little late from camp. You came in, he starts throwing, and the rumblings start. And then I get people calling me, he's going to be in the NFL. He's going to be in the UFL. He's going to be in the CFL. He's going to be here. He's going to be there. And I said, well, let me tell you what. If God blesses us with him for right now, we'll keep him as long as we can keep him. And when it's time, if he gets an opportunity to go up, I'll help him pack. Because that's how we are here. And that we're always encouraging our guys, if they get other opportunities that are bigger and better and brighter for their careers, we're going to help them with that. So I hope you play great, and then I hope you stick around. So
yeah,
it's one of those deals.
Yes,
right?
sir, most definitely.
But now you're from California.
Los Angeles.
You're a Cali kid, right?
Yes, sir.
And everyone knows, they've seen you on TV, they've seen stories, they've seen all the other crap and all that stuff.
Yes,
but
sir.
Where's home? Is still LA?
Home is yes, Inglewood, California. I live right in Ladera Heights area. I've been there. My mom's been there for years. I guess since I've been born. So Yeah, Los Angeles is still home. All my siblings went to school in Los Angeles, and my grandparents, lived in Los Angeles for 50 plus years. And so they're from the Midwest. My grandparents are from Ohio. They're from Canton, Ohio.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're from Canton, Ohio.
How weird is that, Canton, Ohio?
It is, yeah. It's definitely a weird place.
Yeah.
And then my dad's side of the family is from Virginia. So,
okay.
Yeah, definitely some East Coast ties.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
They plan on coming to a game or two, or maybe out in Bay Area or something? Or?
Yes, hopefully my grandma and them can get down to San Diego and the Bay Area, and hopefully a couple closer games. And
oh, that's good.
That would be awesome for them to come see me play.
Man, we couldn't be happier to have you here. He's been, ladies and gentlemen, he's anointed QB1, and you'll see him Saturday. Now, I know you took a number today. What's going to be your number?
I'm going to wear 16 this year.
16.
Yeah,
okay,
yes,
everybody,
sir.
look for 16 zinging it around, all
Yes,
right?
sir.
Malik, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having me,
you.
Coach. Yes, sir.
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
This has been our review of Malik Henry. You're watching Branded, brought to you by South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital.
Quality. Here at John Wayne, it's not just a word, it's our foundation. From the people we employ, to the service that's provided, to the equipment that we design and install, quality matters. For nearly 20 years, providing quality Texas comfort to the San Antonio area communities has been our highest priority. For quality you can count on, call John Wayne today.
John Wayne Service Company is a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Gunslingers.
Hey, what can I say? Comes with the job. 1 minute I'm making a one-hand catch on the sideline. Next minute it's lights out and I'm on the sideline. And that's why I like Complete Care, because they're fast, just like me. They have ultrasound, CAT scan, X-ray, and even on-site lab. So if you get sidelined, know where to go. Complete Care. Official sponsor of the San Antonio Gunslingers.
And welcome back to Branded as we get started here in the fourth quarter with our third owner in a row. You got James on tonight.
Yeah, we've got the complete Rushmore.
We've got the set.
Mount Rushmore of ownership on
Yes.
tonight. Yeah. James Stubing. Okay, so James, thanks for coming on. I know we talked to Don and we've talked to Randy. I wanted to get you on and have a conversation about the Saturday experience and what's still available and what we can do to enjoy it.
Well, of course, there's lots of tickets left, so go buy those. We always trying to elevate every year without breaking our backs and blowing our minds with trying to keep up with everything. We try to elevate the experience. This year, thankfully for us, our concessioner has ended a contract, and we're getting a new one. And some fans were fine with what we had. Some fans complained. It was one of our bigger complaints after every game. I ask new fans that I can tell that they're new to our game, what did we do well? What didn't we do well? And I would say 50% of the complaints were about the concessions, and that's something we have no control over. Well, now we're getting a new concessioner that I think is going to be delicious food. We're talking like sausage on a stick and tamales and stuff that you never see in a concession stand that everybody really likes. So.
Come for the football, stay for the food.
Well, it's kind of
exactly.
like the food you get at a Major League Baseball stadium. They figured it out, that you can't just do hot dogs anymore.
No, it's
right?
got to be.
Yeah. So
they're trying to fit all the different food groups that people like, and it's a lot more successful. So.
And this is San Antonio. We're
absolutely
we're different varieties.
Oddly enough, these guys that are doing our concessions also did the rodeo, so they know what people like.
So if you like the rodeo food options available, you're gonna love coming to Gunslingers and the Concourse.
Smaller version of that.
Okay, so in addition to that, one of the things that you're an integral part of, in addition to being the president of the football team, is that you help coordinate and dictate what the special event nights are going to be and how we're going to run those. The first one is Fan Appreciation Night, right?
Yes, yeah, with the themes. You mean?
The themes,
yes. We help. We look at our eight game schedule, and then we start laying out what is the appropriate timing for Military Appreciation Night or Fiesta or Superhero Night, and so we lay it all out, and then we start figuring out what's an appropriate free item that they can get being in the door, the first 1,000, 1,500, depending on the item. And then we start planning that out.
Yeah. And what's great this year is, for the fans that don't know this, we have special commemorative footballs for those nights, right?
Well, yes. And some of our partners like Matinga's, the Star Wars night, they have signed up and stepped up to be the sponsor of the ball. So when those balls go in the stands, it's not only going to say Star Wars or, it's going to have the Gunslinger logo with lightsabers behind it, but it also has the Matango's logo because they help further that and help support the team.
But those are collector's items.
Absolutely.
I get these designs anyway.
Jordan, of course. What do you think? Right. Yeah. Jordan, our man.
Well, you always ask a question you know the answer to.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, what's really cool is that people understand those things are such collector's items. When I go to other stadiums, the first thing their equipment manager comes up to me and says, "Hey, would you swap some balls with us?"
Yeah,
because they love our football.
Yeah, absolutely.
And our default ball, as we call it, right? Our go-to ball is red, white, and blue, flag on it, or with Gunslingers. So it's a beautiful football. I think it's the best looking one in the league. And then you add the commemorative ones, the Outlaw Night, the Military Appreciation Night,
Superhero Night.
All those are just fantastic. So that's worth the price of admission right there, with the hopes to get a football.
Well,
so when you buy your tickets, I'm going to give you a little hint: 20 in, and figure every quarterback's right-handed. Most of them are, and so those are great seats. So you get those missed hitches when they got to throw the ball away. But yeah, and then it's been exciting. We've had some big names coming through, and we signed an Australian. We brought a guy all the way from Australia. Yes.
Like that guy.
Did you see him kick today?
Yeah, I did.
I know. We had the press here, and the press's jaw was hitting the floor.
All the media were freaking out about
it. And we have a relative, Giali Lalati, saying hello from Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
He calls his nephew, their nephew, Ja.
Yep.
Afoa. We call him Jackal.
I call him Jackal.
We're cheering you on.
We love the Jackal.
On Saturday, guns up. Yes,
thank you for loaning the Jackal to us.
I'll tell you what.
He's an awesome dude.
Yeah, he's a great kid. And what was funny today is we're working on extra point, James. And one of the extra point things that you have to work on is, what if there's a bad snap or something happens and you make a hot call where now the kicker, it becomes a quarterback. So the first time we ran it, Coach Bain was saying, "Okay, throw it over here," and I go, He's an international rugby player. Let him run it in. And then he ran the next one, and everyone went, "Oh my God, how fast is that kid? He's got moves." Yeah, so he's a special kid. He's a special athlete, but they all are, and they all bring something to the table.
Yeah. One thing, I'm excited to see how that's going to play out. Obviously, there was some moves against us last year that involved the drop kick, and they get, there's a couple of points make a difference when magnified through the game. So we're looking forward to seeing how that plays out here, and love job. As far as the footballs, we are adding something to the mix where you can actually the ball that's on the field that night, you can buy it in the merch booth now. So if you don't get lucky to catch it, you can go and purchase one and then take it on the field and get it signed. And so we bought extra to accommodate that. We know the fans have asked for that, so that was a big deal to us.
Oh, that'll be great. Well,
I mean, I really have liked. There's a lot of new players. Obviously, the players that returned, I love them. I'm not going to start naming names because I'll leave somebody out. But I love them. I love interacting with them, and it's great to see them back. And then the new guys, I'm already like bonding with certain guys. I'm like, I like this dude. I like what he, how he feels. And I'm asking him, I'm looking for feedback on hotel, food, the facility, everything. And I'm getting positive. It's not like I'm looking for a compliment. I really want to know, are we doing a good job? And I tell him at the end, let me know if we're missing the boat, and I will make sure we make it right.
And that's the thing. I think that's why what Malik said, if you play indoor football, there's nothing that comes close to this place because we do what we say we're going to do, and that's the great thing about it. And James, you're a big part of that as president of this football team and owner. And thank you to you and your family and the kids and Miss Steph and everybody.
Chris Weiss had a comment, said y'all had the best media day in all of the leagues, looking through all the photos.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
No, we enjoyed it today. We had a great turnout. A lot of different radio stations, some TV, and even some photography and videography. So we appreciate the media and we love the support.
Yeah,
we need it and we thrive on it.
Check us out on social media, everybody. Yeah. Okay, we got some great stuff out there. Well, thanks, Mr. President.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you. And then we're going to get out of here, and we're going to come back and say our goodbyes.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Branded, brought to you by South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital.
Thanks, James.
You're
appreciate
welcome.
You.
Reputation. It defines us. How we treat the customer contributes to our reputation. It's doing the right thing every time and never cutting corners. John Wayne's customers have rewarded us with over 15,000 five-star reviews and an A+ rating with the BBB. And for that, we thank you. John Wayne Service Company, our reputation is in every truck.
John Wayne Service Company is a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Gunslingers.
For generations, the family recipes at Carrabba's Italian Grill have been bringing people together. From the sweet smell of our scratch-made sauce to our rich layers of lasagna, we believe food made with love leads to tables filled with laughter. Dine with us or order out at carrabbas.com.
Hey, did I get your attention? Time to buy those season tickets. 8 home games this year. Call the number below. I'll see you there.
Welcome back to Branded here for our extended fourth quarter. Wanted to talk a little bit about the game. We've got a football game this weekend.
Yeah, hard to believe with all this other stuff going on, huh?
Yeah.
It's been a busy week. I was just telling you when we were off air, we had full day. Then we got done, and we came back here tonight for the fans, which we're glad to do all this. And we had a great time. And then tomorrow we have another season ticket holders event
Ooh, that's going to be a nice
at the
one.
Freeman. That's going to be a really nice one up there at the lounge area. I don't know what they call that place, but it's really special upstairs at the Freeman. And then we get done with that, and we finished the week very early. I finished the week very early Friday morning with Trey Ware for our food drive that just completed. And it's the after party of the food drive, but it's at 5 a.m. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's
okay.
morning radio.
It's okay. And then we have our walkthrough on Friday at the arena. And then after that, obviously Saturday we got the game. So it's been a busy week. So, but no, it's all good. It's all good.
If we have time, could I ask about how you prepare the team for the week? Is there any?
Well, I mean, I know all coaches have their own styles. My style has always been that we took Sunday off last week. I didn't take Sunday off, but I gave the coaches and the players last Sunday off after the Saturday initial cuts and some of the things that we did. And we had a celebration dinner at Don's house with Miss Pam and Don. They had big steak dinner for us.
It was good.
And then I gave them Sunday off. And then Monday we were at it. And we do a thing called 100, 100, 150. 100, 100 is we're in full pads and we go 100%, 100 speed, 100 hitting. And we did that Monday, Tuesday, and today. And then tomorrow we'll go 150, where we'll be in just spider shoulder pads and helmets. And then Friday, of course, we got the walkthrough, and Saturday the game. And we're able to do that because we don't have these really long, brutal camps. So you got to get everybody ready on football speed and contact and all that. But we taper it way down as we get closer to game time. So, yeah.
Had a question from one of the fans. Should we bring cowbells tomorrow? I'm not sure why you'd bring cowbells to a VIP event, but definitely bring those cowbells Saturday.
Oh, no, tomorrow? I don't care. Bring them. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, and then the other thing is Saturday, just be smart fans, which I know you are. When we have the ball, make it quiet as a church mouse. And then when they have the ball,
bring hell.
Bring it up. Yeah, bring up the volume as high as you can. We'd appreciate it. I think it's going to be a big crowd, to be honest with you, on Saturday.
I believe so.
I've had a lot of young coaches that coach little league teams and Pop Warner kind of stuff. And I've had probably half a dozen coaches saying, hey, I'm bringing 20 guys. Hey, I'm bringing 15 guys. I'm bringing this. I'm bringing that. So I think a lot of groups are coming. And I also think a lot of families are coming to try it out for the first time. So I'm excited about that.
You won't be disappointed.
No, you won't. And if you are, just ask for your money back.
And if you have an interest in supporting the team, please log on to our website, SanAntonioGunslingers.com. If you have any way you want to engage, there's a volunteer and contact section. Fill that form out. Somebody will get back in touch with you.
And like tonight, this whole event, the food sponsors, Moe's Barbecue, and we had Matinga's here. I think we had more than that. I'm sorry if I missed somebody, but Angie was here from South Texas. And we sure appreciate her and all that she does for us. Heck, we named our facility. She got the naming rights to the facility. So there's, we have great people that work with us. We love them to death. And if you want to be a part of that sponsorship group and you think you have something in your business that can, not only we can help you with your business, but you can help us with ours, reach out and get a hold of Jen, and I know you'll be really happy that you did. If you need tickets, just call up and walk up. You can walk up on Saturday and get tickets. So we just want to show the entire nation that everything we're doing here, we're doing it for a purpose, and we're doing it for you in San Antonio. We want you to be known as, America's team. This America's city, it's military city USA. We want to have all of that tie in and take great pride in the city of San Antonio.
All right, well, that sounds like a wrap and a win for the San Antonio Gunslingers and this show. Make sure you have liked and subscribed before you go tonight. And we head off into the sunset. Mark Yamaguchi setting us off. Thank all the San Antonio Gunslinger organization for your dedicated commitment to making this America's team. As usual, lock and load, guns up.
Thanks,
US,
Mark.
US,
Mark, will you
US.
call me this week? I got to ask you a question. Thanks.
All right, and this will take us to that special moment in the evening as we get set to sign off.
Well, Miss Susan, I love you. I miss you. I'll see you soon. Eli, Liliana, and Mila, time to go to bed. Papu loves you. Good night, everybody. God bless.
This has been granted for March 19th, 2025. And as always, folks, keep your guns up. Good night, everybody.